Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and in today's video we'll be learning how to create a closet in which you can hide in and you can also see outside. So this is the closet model, and when we click our interact key, a camera fade happens and then we're in, and suddenly we can also see outside while being inside here. And when we click, we can exit and everything's back to normal. Let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into modeling mode. So at the top over here, you want to go into modeling mode. Then we want to create a box. So first we want the width to be about 200. We'll keep the depth at 20 and the height 300. So you can keep it just like here. And then we can actually just copy and paste this and rotate it around. We can scale it down a little bit. We can place it here and maybe here. Then the next thing we're going to want to do is actually we can just copy these once more, where we'll set the scale to 0.5 over here, and we can rotate these around so these will act as the doors. We can just place them inside. Just make sure everything aligns correctly. We can copy and paste this. Then we want to go back to modeling mode and we want to create a cylinder, and we can keep the radius as 10 and the height as 5. Then we can place that just like this. We can see, we can copy and paste and bring it over here, so we can just make sure they're equidistant. Then the last thing, we need to add a top over here, so we'll add a box. We'll keep the height as 20. Sorry, the height is 20, and the width can be 200, a little more, 240, and the depth should be 150. We can see if that goes over here, and that's about right. So I'll click accept. So now we can go into the world and we have our closet over here. So now we're just going to add the material. So it's a simple wood texture I've got over here. The link will be in the description. So I just want to select all of this except the doorknobs, and I can set that to the wood. And these two we can select, and we can just look for some metal. So I'll just take this metal, and now we've got this. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we are going to select all the things for the door. So these two door frames over here, and then the doorknobs. Then we're going to go to modeling mode again, and then we're going to go to X form and then click on merge, and we'll change the name to closet doors and click accept. And then we want to grab the rest of the closet, and then we want to click on merge again, and we can call this closet body, and we can click accept. So now we've got these two static meshes over here, and we can actually delete these for now. Then your content browser, in whatever folder you want it to be in, right click and click on blueprint class and select actor and click enter. Well, actually change the name, sorry, to BP closet. Then double click to enter. Then we can click add and select static mesh. And I'll call this closet body. The static mesh over here will be the closet body. And then we can add one more static mesh. We'll call it closet door. And we can just adjust the positioning. I want this a little bit more forwards. Okay, this is okay for now. So I can just compile and save. Now we can drag this into the world. Let's bring this up a little bit. I'll reduce the snap. So the door needs to be a little more forward, but for now this actually works. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is inside your BP closet at the very top over here where it says the name of the blueprint and self, you want to click on it, and then in the details panel you want to look for tag and make sure it's under actor, and then we want to add a tag by clicking this plus icon over here, and we can call this closet, and just make sure it's under actor. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is go into first person blueprint character, and we want to go to wherever you have your interact line trace. So the code will be in the description if you don't already have one. Now out of the branch, we want to get another branch, and the condition should be actor has tag, and the tag is going to be whatever we set over here, so closet. So I'll just copy that and paste it in here. The target is going to be hit actor, and we can actually test this. So if true, we're just going to print hello. So I'm going to go into the world, and when I click on my interact key, so it is detecting that we are hitting the closet. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is go back into first person blueprint, the folder, and then select your first person character and just drag them into the world over here, and then drag them inside your closet, and just make sure that they're in the center. So now inside BP first person character, out of the branch over here, out of the true, first we want to get the capsule component. You want to set radius, set capsule radius. Then we can set the radius to something small like 10. And then we want to set the location, so just drag this again and set world location. Then this location over here is going to be the location of the BP first person character, this one that we just dragged into this world. So we can just copy all of the location over here. So now we can actually delete this. So let's check it out and see if it works. So as you see, now I'm inside this, but there's no way for me to get out. So out of this true over here, we're going to get a flip-flop. And then out of the B value, we're just going to copy this code. Out of the B value, we'll set the radius to whatever it is by default, so that's 55. Then the new location, let's just say 100 more x, so 1720. So let's try this out. We click on it once, we're inside. We click on it again, we're back out. But now we're gonna want the fade, and we also want the doors to go sort of translucent. So how we're gonna do that is, let's just make some more space. I'm gonna remove this code and move it somewhere else. And I'll just move this and increase the gap between it. So out of the A value, first you wanna get player camera manager. And then return value, we're gonna start camera fade. From alpha 0 to alpha 1, and the duration will be 1 second or however long you want it to. We want to hold when finished as well. Then we want to get a delay. You want to delay for whatever duration you put here, plus a very, very, very small extra. I'll do 0.01. And then we want to set the capsule radius and set the world location. Then we can add another small delay for maybe half a second. Then we can again get player camera manager. Then start camera fade, and then this time from 1 to 0, and the duration should be 1, and hold when finished. So let's check it out. Starts to fade, then when it unfades, we're out. And also one of the problems is we're going to be facing the back of the closet, so we're going to need to change that. But let's duplicate this code. So it will also play the animation, the camera fade, when we are going to exit the closet. So we're going to call the delay 1.01. Plug this into completed. We're going to get delay again, 0.5. We can just copy this, plug the target into Kepler Camera Manager. So we can test this out. So now we're inside here. We click to go out, the same thing happens.